I suggest you drop your weapon, for I'm forced to use mine.
Liquid bleach, brightly colored clothes.
All right. All right, look. We don't mean you any harm. All right, I swear.
You're certainly going to be needing some help if you've come here to rob me out of house and home.
No, that's not why we're here at all. No, I swear it.
Sweet Lord in heaven. What in the world has happened to you two, eh?
We were kidnapped.
Kidnapped? By whom, may I ask?
It's true. We were held prisoner for 7 months. We just escaped. You gotta believe us. You gotta let us use your phone.
One moment, please. What sort of kidnappers holds on to a person for 7 months? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the whole idea of kidnapping someone to get a few dollars in ransom, eh?
Yes, it is. And they made my husband transfer all his money out of his account.
That's right.
And they held on to you for 7 months,
Yes.
eh?
I just gave it to him just now, so that they would let my wife stay in the same cell with me.
You must have a pretty penny socked away.
No, listen, it's more than just the money. They want something more than that. But, God, we don't even know what they want. Exactly, this is all so crazy. We know that they wanted to kill us, though, real soon.
He's telling the truth. Please, you gotta believe him. And you gotta let us use the phone, please.
Do I now? Hey, suppose you are calling your accomplices to come here and rescue you and finish a job you started out to do?
No.
Come on, look at us. Do we look like professional thieves to you, huh?
You have a point there, right? You have a point. I don't suppose there's any call to be fearing the likes of a couple scarecrows like you. But if it's the police you're wanting to call, you can save the time and the cost of a phone call.
Why?
Constable won't be in.
What do you mean, not in?
As in out, not in.
Where is he?
Well, this is Monday night. He's over in the next parish with his lady friend. It's been his habit now for 5 years. Lord help us if his wife finds out.
That's fine. That's just fine, isn't it? Our lives are at stake with the local cop. We can't get to him because he's got something going on the side, huh?
Yeah, now she's a fine lady, right and proper.
Forget it. You know what? Just call your father, okay? Call home. He'll help us.
That's what I didn't even think of that.
Hey, hold on. I can tell by your accents you're not from these parts. Now, just where might you be planning to call, please?
Gotta call the U.S. Landview, Pennsylvania. Now, don't worry. I'm gonna pay you for the call.
All right. But don't talk long.
That's what you think I am, greedy and ruthless?
That's right, greedy and ruthless.
Yeah, well, then you must feel the same way about Asa, because he's the one that gives me my direction.
Wait a minute, don't try and twist this around, Bo. Pa never told you to sell that mill, and you know it.
Not in so many words, but all my life he's taught me this family comes first. To hell with everything else. And as far as business is concerned, the bottom line, that's what matters.
Bo, do you mind not talking about me in a third person? I'm attending the meeting, and I've got some questions I'd like answered.
Fine, Pa, I'm sorry. What would you like to know?
Well, since you brought it up, I mean, what is the bottom line in a paper mill? Why are you so eager to sell it off?
Simply because it's not pulling its weight.
Now, hold on just a Mesopotamian minute. Do I have to remind you that Olympic Washington is a one-industry town? And that industry, Bo, is the paper mill. You close the mill, you close the town. It'll be just like those towns, Pa, in Texas that went belly up when the oil industry took a nosedive.
So?
So I don't think it's worth kicking those people out of their jobs and out of their houses just so Asa Buchanan can make a few more bucks.
What is wrong with making money?
Nothing, Pa, nothing. But how much more do you need? And how much can you spend?
Look, I know you two have very strong feelings. I don't think this is worth upsetting your father.
I get it. Hello. Hello, Nigel. It's me, Bo. Let me talk to Asa. That's the buyers that I had lined up to buy Olympic paper. Listen, I'm gonna have to take this in the foyer.
Well, we don't have this thing settled yet. Don't go making any commitments you can't back up.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry, sir. I believe we have a bad connection. I know. I can hardly hear you. Let me talk to Asa. I'm sorry, but he's not here right now. May I take a message? Nigel, what's wrong with you? It's me. It's Bo. Listen, Dee Dee and I are in a whole lot of trouble. Right now, we need some help fast. Oh, my. Perhaps you better tell me exactly where you are. Where are we exactly?
You're in the home of Eli Partridge. They're 16 miles outside the village of Cropreddy in the Cotswolds, England.
Okay, we're in England. We're 16 miles out of the village of Cropreddy in the
Cotswolds.
In the Cotswolds. We're at the home of a man named Eli Partridge. Now, you got that? Yes. Great. Just make sure that Asa gets that message. Yes, sir. I certainly will. I suggest that you stay exactly where you are. I will find Mr. Buchanan, and I will see to it that he sends someone to rescue you. Oh, thanks, Nigel. Listen, I owe you one, buddy. Yes, indeed, Nigel. You are a lifesaver.
They can't shoot him again. They shot him before. And what kind of cliffhanger is that? Baseball. Ooh, he's cute. Gilligan, are you ever going to get off that stupid island? Can't stand that stupid Ginger. Certainly isn't my idea of a romantic evening.
You really have to leave?
Yes, it's getting quite late, and you look a bit tired.
Yeah, I am tired. But with Bo in court out tonight, I'll Doc Bruner for company. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a great doctor. But I tell you, his stories about Switzerland get mighty boring after the third or fourth go-around.
Well, you could use some rest, Asa.
Vicky's right. You get some sleep. And I'm sorry that Bo and I upset you, Pa.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm glad we all got together. But, Clint, I'll tell you, I really don't know what's right or wrong anymore in the business world. But I'm positive I made the right decision in stopping Bo from selling off the paper mill.
You did, Pa. You did. And I thank you for it. Even if Bo didn't like getting called on the carpet.
It's a shame that he stormed out of here, but I'm sure that eventually he'll come around to your way of thinking.
I hope so. I've dreamed of seeing my two sons working side by side. Clint, promise me you'll try and get along with Bo from now on.
I promise, Pa. I promise. As long as he plays straight with me, we won't have any problems.
Let's not get started on that again, okay? Asa, you sure you're gonna be all right?
Oh, yeah, I got old Doc keep an eye on me.
He's not that bad, is he?
Not really. I just like to complain, just to prove that I haven't really mellowed out. But sincerely, I want to thank you all for bringing him on board.
Well, it's like you said the other day, Pa. You plan on being around here a long time. And that's exactly the way we want it.
No, thank you, son.
All right, we have to be going.
Good night.
Good night, Asa.
All right.
Bye, Pa.
Good night, Nigel.
Good night, Anna. Excuse me, sir. You'd asked me to remind you to take the medicine Dr. Bruno prescribed for you before retiring. Shall I get it for you now?
Yes. Nigel, did I take my pill before dinner?
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't even remember what I had for dinner.
It was your favorite, sir. Roast duck.
Oh, damn. How could I forget something like that?
I'm sure I don't know, sir.
Nigel, we've known each other a long time. I'm going to tell you something I'd never admit to anyone else.
And what's that, sir?
I must be getting old.
Every bone in my body hurt. The doctor said nothing was broken. He gave me a different medicine. It's in these little yellow pills. Nuprin. Got rid of that pain. Know what else? Works great on my tough headaches.
Nuprin. It's not aspirin, not Tylenol. It's ibuprofen. 2 Nuprin stop headaches better than extra-strength Tylenol.
And Nuprin's gentler on my stomach than aspirin.
Nuprin.
Well, $11 o'clock? You mean he's kept me waiting here all this time? I don't care who he is. No man ever keeps Tina Roberts sitting around this dumb hotel room. There. Dear Bo, if you're reading this, it means you're here. And you'll know that I'm not. Thanks for the boring evening. Tina. That'll show him. I mean, nobody does this to me. I don't care even if they are the sweetest, nicest, sexiest, handsomest man I know. Oh, he must have a good reason or he'd be here. I guess I'll forgive him. Just this once.
I really don't want to hear any more excuses. So shut up and write this down. Crop ready. It's in the Cotswolds, not far from Wellesley Hall. 16 miles beyond that, you'll find a cottage owned by one Eli Partridge. That's where Buchanan and his wife called from. No, do not go after them yourself, idiot! Send the local constable and phone me the minute you have them safely under lock and key. And this time, don't botch it! We should have them back in short order. It was fortunate you were in Ace's home when the real Bo Buchanan's call for help came in.
They never should have gotten loose in the first place.
Bo's right. How could they manage to escape, Henry? Weren't they being guarded?
From what I understand, Dee Dee feigned madness and attacked her husband with a weapon of some sort. When the guard entered the cell to stop her, Bo turned the tables and got the best of him.
They should never have been put in the same cell. No, that's a big mistake.
Perhaps, but it was the only way they could get Bo to give us the number of his Hong Kong bank account.
Yeah, and we never would have needed that if you could have kept your hands off the money from Alex Crown's Swiss bank account.
None of that money was used for my personal enjoyment, but to fund this operation. I don't recall you offering to help with the financing.
I've made a greater sacrifice to make this plan work than anybody. Maybe even a greater sacrifice than I even bargained for. But Dr. Bruner's, if his theory is 1 inch off its mark.
Bo, we have all borne our share of sacrifice. Henry wasn't suggesting that you haven't done your part.
No, but from day one, his lordship has had an exaggerated idea of his own importance.
My risks are equal to yours, old chap. I stand to lose the one thing I hold more precious than life itself. My daughter's love and respect.
Yeah, well, you better stop worrying about your precious daughter. You better get your act together. This whole operation could have been blown sky high because of those idiots that you hired to guard the prisoners.
Now stop it, both of you. Arguing among ourselves is not going to help.
I'm sorry. I'm a little uptight, you know? I get that way when I hear my own voice come right back at me on the phone. And I sure as hell don't want to see my own face stare right back at me when I walk into Ace's living room tomorrow.
That will never happen. Our problem will be resolved shortly. By tomorrow, Bo and Dee Dee will be returned safely to their quarters at Wellesley Hall.
Here you go. There's nothing better than a bowl of lamb stew to make a person hale and hearty.
Great, thank you.
Thank you for letting us stay here, really.
Yeah. Thanks for believing our story, too, Eli.
Well, I'm not the sort of man to judge another's tale of woe, whether it's true or not. Besides, I get so few visitors coming passing by my door, I must admit I'm grateful for the company.
Well, I don't know if we're going to be very good company. We're pretty tired.
Yes, you do look exhausted, both of you. Well, you best get some sleep now, eh? You know, it'll be light soon.
Sleep is exactly what I need right now.
Me too, but you know what? I think I better stay up and stand guard just in case those kidnappers come back around in this area again.
Oh, don't worry. I'll stay watch. You get some rest.
I don't know how we're ever going to repay you for your kindness.
Like I said, your company's payment enough, believe me. It's a far sight better having you around than my sheep talking to them all day. Well, you best get some sleep, eh?
Oh, Mr. Partridge, could you just keep the window open? I was just closed in for all those months, and the fresh air is wonderful.
You get mighty chilly.
Oh, I don't care. I just want to be closed in.
Well, good night, darling. Sweet dreams.
Bo?
Don't just relax. Just
No,
relax. We're fine now.
I just don't understand who's doing this to us and why.
I don't either, sweetheart, but it really doesn't matter much now, does it?
Well, yeah, it does, because who's ever responsible is going to have to pay for this.
Yeah, well, they will. They will. Don't you worry. But now, we're free. We've escaped. Family knows that we're okay, and help's on the way.
Okay, mister, okay. You've got 1 minute to explain what the hell is going on.
Listen, Herb, I really didn't get any sleep last night.
Don't play games with me. You've been putting my daughter through the ringer. And I want to know what makes you think I'm going to let you get away with it.
Good morning.
Going out, my dear?
Yes, I'm meeting Robert for breakfast. We're going to go over our wedding plans. After all, Friday is just around the corner.
No, give him my best.
Yes, of course I will. Bye-bye.
Bye. She looks positively radiant.
I know. It does my heart good to see her so happy.
I can see it now. Lord Henry Layton, father of the bride. Really, Bo, that's my good bone china.
I don't give a damn about your China or this inane, my aren't we civilized conversation. I want to know about Bo Buchanan. Is he back where he belongs, or am I going to find him ringing Ace's doorbell? Good morning. Or should I say, good afternoon.
How long was I asleep?
I don't know. You know, I got my first restful sleep in 7 months.
Me too. I haven't dreamt we were home safe and sound again.
Yeah? Well, we are safe for now. Since Eli let us call back to Landview, you know, I think your dream's gonna become a reality, Dee.
You know, I gotta admit, when I was sitting back there in my cell, I'd just about given up all hope I'd ever see the light of day again.
Not me. I never gave up hope, especially seeing you. I knew that someday I'd get you back, I'd get home, be safe, and I just swore I'd never give up till I did both.
Want to know something?
Mm-hmm. What?
I always felt your strength. Even when we were apart, I think that's what kept me going.
I don't know. looking at it. Just careful. Okay.
Finally awake, are we? Did you have a nice sleep of it then?
Oh, yes, the best I've had in months, thank you.
Good, good. I brought you some fresh goat's milk. Nothing better to get a body started in the morning. Hey, what, you're not fond of goat's milk, eh?
Oh, no, yeah. I love it. I was hoping that you were the cavalry, though. Coming to save the day.
Don't worry. Somebody will be here shortly. In the meantime, why don't you tell me some more about how you became prisoners for 7 months? You hardly got out 2 words last night before you fell into a sleep fit for the angels.
Well, I really wish there was more that we could tell you, Eli. We still don't even know why we were held. We're from America, and we came over to Europe on an extended honeymoon. And then we decided to go on home back to Pennsylvania. And then we were catching this connecting flight in New York City, and bang, that's when they kidnapped us. Brought us all the way back to Europe, put us in separate cells in this dungeon. That's where we were 7 months.
Who in the world would want to do such a thing?
I don't know. You know, we didn't even know where we were exactly till we escaped. We thought we were in some sort of an old prison or something. We didn't even know we were being held in this private estate.
Private estate? That's strange. The only private estate in these parts would be Wellesley Hall.
That's it. That's where they were holding us.
I find that quite impossible.
Why?
That house belongs to Lord Henry Leighton. I'm not the sort to judge another man, but I'd stake my best ram on Lord Henry being the salt of the earth. Yeah, well, now, we can discuss this over a nice breakfast. Hey, it'll just take a minute to put something nourishing on the table.
Well, it was dark. Maybe we didn't read the sign right.
No, I'm positive it said Wellesley Hall.
I don't. Maybe we'll have to wait till we get back to Lambview, and then we'll straighten this whole thing out.
If we get back to Lambview.
No, hey, come on. We're gonna do it, okay? Look, I know you've been through hell for 7 months, but Pa knows we're in trouble right now. He's gonna rally the family, and they're gonna come, and they're gonna get us, take us home where we belong.
Just hope they find us in time.
Oh, come on. They will. You don't have to worry.
Everything is under control. You heard me put that call through to England last night. I gave them his exact location. It's only a matter of time till your namesake and his wife are recaptured.
But who the hell let that drunk guard him in the first place?
Rehashing our mistake will take us nowhere. So put it behind us and let us concentrate our minds, secure in the knowledge that there will be no more mishaps to disrupt our progress.
Henry, have you transferred the funds as yet?
Yes. Having acquired the access code number to Beau's Hong Kong bank account, I had my people transfer a sizable amount of money from it to Alex Crown's Swiss account. The millions I have withdrawn to fund this operation are now back where they belong. And Robert will be none the wiser when his father's will is read.
You know, I cannot believe you two. You're happy with just sticking your finger in the dike while you got water spilling right over the top.
Why do you persist in looking on the darker side? I thought you Americans were very big on positive thinking.
Henry's right. Wasn't it a stroke of luck that you were at the mansion when the phone call came through from Beau, and that you were the one that picked up on it? That should prove to you that fortune is on our side.
You know what? I'm sorry that I'm not ready to jump on the Pollyanna bandwagon yet, but with Beau running around, I can't guarantee that the next time he makes a call home, I'm going to be the one to pick up the phone. And if he comes skipping into Lambview, I'm going to have a whole lot of explaining to do.
You act as if you're the only one with anything to lose.
That's because it's my neck that's on the line. It's not yours.
My daughter just walked out of here on her way to make arrangements to marry the man she loves. I assure you, I have no intention of seeing her happiness destroyed. And that's exactly what will happen if anything goes wrong with our plan. Now, I suggest we stop dwelling on the negative and stop arguing amongst ourselves and do whatever it takes to accomplish all our plans.
Okay. I get your point. All right? But I'll tell you something, I'm gonna breathe just a whole lot easier and sleep a lot better when our little problem is just taken care of.
Believe me, Herb, the last thing I ever wanted to do was to hurt Cassie.
Well, it's too late, you see. I've already stuck the knife in her back, Rob. How are you going to twist it next? Ask her to be Joanna's maid of honor?
Oh, come on, Herb, give me a break, will you?
I was a fool. I even walked in on you and your fancy lady while Cassie was being held by kidnappers, and I let you double-talk your way out of it. I should have known then you were about to string my daughter along.
I had no intention of marrying Joanna a week ago. Believe me, that's the truth.
A week ago? My goodness, you really turned on a dime. First you don't want to marry Joanna, then you do. One day you love Cassie, the next you don't. Must be convenient for you being able to turn your emotions on and off like that.
I wish I could say something to make you understand.
Oh, why don't you try? Why don't you start by explaining to me how you thought you could come back into my daughter's life and string her along like this?
I wish I could give you the answers you want to hear, but I can't. Now, someday, I hope that I can explain to you and that you can understand that right now, I am doing what's best for both Cassie and me.
Do you love my daughter?
It doesn't matter. Cassie and I shouldn't be together right now. We can't be.
I want an answer from you.
Hello?
Do you understand me?
I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Nice to see you again, Mr. Callison. And you naughty boy, I've been waiting for you downstairs.
Downstairs?
Yes, in the restaurant. Did you forget we made plans to have breakfast together?
Well, I was talking with her back.
Oh, please, don't ruin your plans on my account. God forbid I should come between two people who so richly deserve each other.
Herb, wait.
You ever come near my daughter again, I'll destroy you.
Oh, Robert, I'm so sorry. I couldn't help but overhearing how that horrid man was speaking to you when I walked in.
Herb Callison is a man of honor.
Be that as it may, he's got no right to interfere. A father should allow a daughter to lead her own life, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Imagine him thinking he could threaten you into loving Cassie. Have you ever heard of anything more ludicrous?
Not recently.
What was that, darling?
Nothing. Let's go down and have some breakfast.
Well, since I'm already up here, why don't we have breakfast sent up? I think it would be much more romantic, don't you?
No. I just don't want to stay here right now, not after what's just happened.
Yes, of course, I understand.
Thanks, let's go.
Robert?
What?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, as long as it's constructive criticism. Good.
Well, you were always a great lover. The best. But, I don't know, tonight you seemed, so much more at ease with me.
It's probably those lessons I took in French in Paris.
I'm serious. I think maybe there was a reason behind our divorce. Maybe we needed to spend a little time apart before we could learn to love each other more freely.
You know something? I was going to tell you the same thing. Tonight, you were so relaxed. You know, it was the most free you've ever been with me.
That's not surprising, is it? I mean, even after you and I, well, after we worked things out, I was still very concerned about John.
Guilty, you mean?
Yeah, there was a lot of that, too.
Now it's gone.
Yes, I think so. Seeing him today at the office and really speaking to him from my heart, I let something go. So did he. Gave me my freedom to be happy.
Well, we don't want to disappoint him, do we?
No, we don't.
Hi. Sorry I missed your phone call last night. I was kind of busy.
Oh, that's okay. Look, I don't need an explanation.
Oh, I know that. I'm just glad to hear from you. was beginning to think that maybe you wanted to dissolve our partnership because of, well, that problem with Joanna.
John, I did not call you to discuss that. I called you because I really need your help.
With what?
With a case Renee asked me to take.
Did you take it?
Yes. John, she wants me to investigate Bo Buchanan.
Bo Buchanan? It's a pretty tall order. What's she trying to prove?
She's trying to prove that he's the one trying to drug Asa.
Trying as in present tense?
Yes. She also wants me to investigate the connection between Bo and this mysterious doctor that he's hired to look after Asa.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Renee thinks Bo's been dealing from the bottom of the deck. I mean, I've lost touch with what's been happening with Asa since he dropped the drug charges against Renee. But, yeah, I mean, I'll give you whatever information I came up with when I was preparing for her arraignment.
Thanks. Thank you. I knew I could depend on you for your help.
Cassie, look, I know we don't see much of each other lately, and regardless of what's happened between us, I still consider us partners. I'll help you in any way I can, but you got to play it straight with me.
About what?
About why you're jumping into this case so fast.
I told you, Look, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Look, this isn't just any other case to you. I know you, Cassie. Now, you're trying to jump into this overtime and put all your energies in it because you don't want to face some other problem.
John, Renee asked me to do a job, and I just want to do the best I can, all right?
Look at me. It's Rob, isn't it?
Yes. He left me, and he's going to marry Joanna. He's going to marry her. And I don't know why.
By the way, Bo, how did you make out with that company of Asa's you were planning on selling?
Olympic paper mill and printing plant.
Yes, that's the one. Did you find a buyer yet?
No. Clint killed the whole deal.
What? But you were supposed to convince him that selling the mill was the best thing for the company.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I tried. Clint got Asa on his side. I was a loser.
Dr. Bruner was supposed to look after Asa.
Look, the drugs that we're giving Asa, they affect his memory. They make that fail. They don't affect his sense of values, Henry.
Asa never cared about anything but making a profit. That's why he raided Sanders Chemical, stole it from me.
Clint is not interested in balance sheets, all right? He gave Asa a whole humanitarian number. You know, about these poor people that are going to be out of their homes. They're going to be out of jobs. He went on and on and on. All of a sudden, Asa's teary-eyed, worrying about these workers. Like I really care about some two-bit little town that might go under.
Damn. The money from the sale of that company would have given us the cash we need to complete the takeover of the entire Buchanan organization.
I couldn't very well use that argument to win Asa over to our side, Henry.
Of course not. Well, I suppose now I'll have to use my position as head of Sanders Chemicals to sniff out another company you can turn into ready cash.
Fine, fine. And while you're doing that, why don't you come up with an idea to get Clint Buchanan out of my hair? Ever since he came to the office to help me out, he's nothing but a pain.
Well, maybe we can get him out of town for a while.
Fine. Any suggestions?
Henry, you have interests in some communications conglomerates here in the States, haven't you?
Yes, I do.
Well, maybe you can draw him away with a tantalizing offer or create a crisis that will send him galloping off to the rescue.
I suppose it's possible.
Fine. Whatever you have to do, you just do it real fast.
These things take time, Bo, and careful planning. It must be the perfect idea to lure Clint away from Landview.
Are you kidding me? This is not England, Henry. This is America. You know, if somebody gets in your way, you play hardball with them. You understand what I'm saying? You drop that whole Mr. Nice Guy act, and you get rid of them. For good.